This lecture is titled Pregnancy and Menopause by Dr. Bev Knox. We will review the question, can you get pregnant after menopause? How symptoms in both pregnancy and perimenopause overlap? And can I have sex while on my period? According to Dr. Jennifer Davis, 2025, the journey through menopause is often viewed as the definitive end of a woman's reproductive years, a natural conclusion to monthly cycles, and the possibility of conception. Yet, for some women, the question quietly persists. Can you get pregnant in menopause? It's a question that often sparks surprise, confusion, and sometimes a glimmer of hope or even anxiety.
Now imagine this true story. Sarah, who is 52 years old, thought her childbearing years were long behind her. She'd been experiencing hot flashes and irregular periods. These are all the classic signs of menopause. Then, a missed period, followed by symptoms that felt eerily familiar from decades ago. A home pregnancy test, taken almost as a joke, turned positive. Sarah's story, while rare, highlights the profound complexities and unexpected possibilities that can arise during this significant life stage. Her experience opens the door to a conversation many believe is closed: the reality of getting pregnant in menopause.
So the question is, can you get pregnant after menopause? Well, you can typically become pregnant until you've gone a full year without your period. While your fertility may be reduced during menopause, you may need to take steps to prevent pregnancy. Again, technically, menopause is defined as 1 full year after the last menstrual period. Menstrual cycles stop and the ovaries stop producing estrogen. As you enter the menopausal stage of your life, you might be wondering if you can still get pregnant. It's a good question, since the answer will affect family planning and birth control decisions. It's important to understand this transitional time of life. Even if you're having hot flashes and irregular periods, it doesn't mean you can't get pregnant. It does mean you're probably a lot less fertile than you once were, though. You haven't officially reached menopause until you've gone a whole year without a period. Once you're postmenopausal, your hormone levels have changed enough that your ovaries won't release any more eggs. You can no longer get pregnant naturally.
Another question about pregnancy and menopause is, are you pregnant or starting menopause? So, pregnancy and menopause share a lot of similar symptoms. Telling the difference between pregnancy and menopause may be difficult. Understanding the symptoms of both will help you figure out what you're experiencing. There are many symptoms that may accompany pregnancy and menopause. Symptoms in one pregnancy may differ from another pregnancy, even in the same person. Likewise, menopause symptoms differ from person to person, and they also can change over time. The following are some general symptoms that you may have in perimenopause and pregnancy.
Symptoms common in both pregnancy and menopause include changes in menstrual cycle. A missed period is a telltale sign of pregnancy, while irregular periods may mean the onset of menopause. Fatigue and sleep problems. Fatigue and problems with sleep can occur in pregnancy and during perimenopause. In pregnancy, fatigue is caused by soaring levels of progesterone, which may cause you to become sleepy. In perimenopause, you are more likely to have trouble sleeping and staying asleep, which can cause you to become more tired than usual. Next, mood changes. Hormonal changes cause mood shifts in pregnancy and during perimenopause. Headaches. Headaches appear in both perimenopause and pregnancy. In both cases, headaches are caused by changes in hormones. Weight gain. Weight gain happens gradually during pregnancy. As your baby grows, so does your belly. During menopause, your metabolism slows down. Hormonal changes may also cause you to gain weight around your abdomen. Problems with peeing. You may find that you are peeing more often during pregnancy. That's because the increase in blood causes your kidneys to process more fluids, which end up in your bladder. During menopause, however, loss of tissue tone may cause you to lose control of your bladder. Incontinence can also happen during pregnancy.
Changes to sex drive. Hormonal changes can affect your sex drive, both in menopause and pregnancy. You're more likely to have a low sex drive during menopause. During pregnancy, your libido can increase or decrease. Bloating and cramping. Your uterus may cramp early in pregnancy. Changes to hormones can also cause bloating. Bloating and cramping may also occur in perimenopause. In perimenopause, cramping may be a signal that you're about to start your period. Hot flashes and night sweats. Hot flashes and night sweats are commonly associated with menopause, but they may also be early signs of pregnancy. During a hot flash, you'll feel a quick rush of heat that can cause you to sweat and your face to become red and flush. You may also sweat excessively during sleep, which can wake you up during the night and lead to fatigue.
Lastly, you should consult a healthcare provider if you are sexually active and wish to prevent pregnancy, you are experiencing irregular or absent periods, and are concerned about your menopausal status or fertility. You have missed a period and suspect you might be pregnant, regardless of your age or menopausal status. And if you are experiencing symptoms that concern you, and you want to discuss your overall reproductive health.
Now, let us review Dr. Knox's lecture titled, "Can I Have Sex While on My Period?"
This lecture is entitled Sex and the Menstrual Cycle by Dr. Bev Knox. Some subtitles could be, Can I have sex while on my period? Or, What are the pros and cons of having sex while on your period? Or, Some tips for having sex while on your period. Let us first begin with defining the menstrual cycle, also known as menstruation, menses, menstrual period, your period, that time of the month, Aunt Flo, Shark Week, Lady Business, on the rag, and many other slang terminology. The menstrual cycle is a complex biological process experienced by women of reproductive age. It is characterized by cyclical hormonal changes that result in the shedding of the uterine lining or menstruation. The cycle typically lasts between 21 to 35 days and consists of 3 phases: the follicular phase, the ovulatory phase, and the luteal phase. Menstruation is the monthly shedding of the lining of your uterus. Menstrual blood, which is partly blood and partly tissue from the inside of your uterus, flows from your uterus through your cervix and out of your body through your vagina. Menstruation is driven by hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers in your body. Your pituitary gland in your brain and your ovaries, part of your reproductive system, make and release certain hormones at certain times during your menstrual cycle. Let us review a few important questions that you may have regarding the issue of having sex during your menstrual cycle. The first question is it safe to have sex during your period? According to Dr. Chisholm, unless it troubles you, there's no need to avoid sexual activity during your period. Though period sex can be a bit messy, it is safe. It can even have some benefits. Sex during your period is safe, but whether you choose to have it depends on personal comfort. Some people feel uneasy about it, while others find it enhances intimacy and relieves menstrual cramps. If you and your partner are open to it, a little planning can help manage the mess and make the experience more enjoyable. Next, what are the possible side effects or risks? The biggest downside to having sex during your period is the mess. Blood can get on you, your partners, and the sheets, especially if you have a heavy flow. Aside from dirtying the bed, bleeding may make you feel self-conscious. Anxiety over making a mess can take some or all of the fun out of sex. Another worry about having sex during your period is the risk of transmitting a sexually transmitted infection, STI, like HIV. HIV is contained in blood and may be transmitted through contact with menstrual blood containing the virus. Using condoms and other barrier methods every time you have partner sex can reduce your risk of transmitting and contracting HIV and other STIs. If you plan to have sex during your period and you're wearing a tampon, you need to remove it beforehand. A forgotten tampon can get pushed so far up into your vagina during sex that you'll need to visit a doctor to have it removed. So again, according to Dr. Chisholm, while menstrual blood by itself isn't harmful, period sex can increase the risk of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, since viruses like HIV and hepatitis spread through blood. Pregnancy is also possible, especially for those with shorter cycles. Using condoms or other protection helps lower these risks. Here are some tips for having sex while on your period by Dr. Andrea Chisholm. Sex during your period is safe and can even have benefits. However, it can also be messy and the risk of infection is slightly higher. With a little planning, you can make the experience more comfortable and worry-free. Let us review how to minimize the mess. Choose lighter flow days. If the amount of blood is a concern, try having sex on days when your flow is lighter, such as days 3 to 5 of your cycle. Use dark-colored towels. Placing a towel on the bed or furniture can help protect against stains. Keep tissues or wipes nearby. Having wet wipes or a washcloth ready makes cleanup easier. Sex in the shower is also an option for some. The running water can help wash away menstrual flow for a cleaner experience. Now let us review how to make it more comfortable for all partners. Be mindful of your cervix. The cervix sits lower and may be more sensitive during your period, so deep penetration might cause discomfort. Go slowly and adjust as needed. Rethink foreplay. If you're concerned about getting blood on your hands, keep tissues nearby or explore different ways to stimulate each other. To prevent STIs in pregnancy, use condoms. Blood exposure increases the risk of sexually transmitted infections like HIV and hepatitis, so protection is especially important. Consider birth control. If you're not trying to conceive, birth control methods like the pill, patch, or IUD can help prevent pregnancy. Use dental dams for oral sex. These barriers help reduce the risk of STI transmission. Get tested regularly. Routine STI screenings are key to keeping both partners healthy. Practice good hygiene. Washing before and after sex can help lower the risk of infections. Importantly, letting your partner know you're on your period ahead of time can help set expectations. If you experience discomfort or pain, speak up and adjust as needed. The more open and comfortable you are, the better the experience will be for both of you. So again, according to Dr. Chisholm, sex during your period is safe, but whether you choose to have it depends on personal comfort. Please be advised, this is an educational, academically sound psychology course by Dr. Bev Knox for adult student learners. Lecture content include discussions and representations of human sexuality, theoretical perspectives on sexuality, sex research, sexual anatomy, sex hormones, sexual arousal, attraction and love theories, gender and sexuality, sexual orientation, variations in sexual behavior, sexual coercion, sex for sale, sexual disorders, and sex therapy, ethics and religion on sexuality, and sex laws. Before beginning the course, please be mindful of your capacity to witness and respond to videos, books, and images of this content material.